Hey, it's Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
He's back. There he is, Whit Shiller of I just had a senior
Fish Sticks Comedy.
Fish Sticks Comedy. I was going to call him Chicken Something Comedy, but
yeah. Chicken Nugget Comedy. That's it.
Well, the memory is the second thing to go, Rick.
What's the first?
I don't remember.
That's so good. No, it's Whit Shiller with Fish Sticks Comedy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. I'm wearing pants.
Well, that's
good.
All
right.
Well, it's both good, and here's the thing about pants. They don't lie to you. They tell you the truth. And so I feel like, I've had the COVID-19, but the different 19, like the freshman 15. So that's my morning. But pants for you guys. You guys deserve it. You're that good of people. So
well, we appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, that's I don't know.
Yeah, what do you do with that, right? Yeah.
I don't know. I just pants can be overrated, but it's all good.
Yeah.
It's good to talk to you. We wanted to catch up with you about Fish Sticks. Of course, you have Fish Sticks in Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, and Milwaukee. And before we went live, I was asking you about, public shows.
Yeah.
We have a lot of folks that are in entertainment, Christian entertainment, bands and comedians and actors, etc.
Right.
And some of them have had some things break loose, but it's a little challenging. I mean, out there with masks and numbers. And so what's going on with you guys?
Well, it's probably a little slower for us because, improv is there are improv shows that are done by one improviser, but for the most part, it's a team sport. And as we look at it, we're also a little more spitty. So if you're on stage together, you got to think through that a little bit. It's a little different, but things are hopeful and opening up, and everybody's at a different place. This whole time, anybody who's more careful than you is crazy. Anybody who's less careful than you is crazy.
Very true.
So we're trying to figure out where is that middle ground for everybody to just sort of revel in their weirdness. So
now you said something that intrigued me, Whit. You're more spitty. Why are folks that are in improv more spitty?
Well, maybe we're not more spitty, but if you're a stand-up comedian, you're just spitting on the stage by yourself.
True. Yeah.
It's the locus of the danger zone, I guess, is what it would be. So
the splash zone is what they call it at SeaWorld, but
the splash
right. The Shamu effect happened. Yeah. We had a show once where we were doing something, and the scene was about this Christmas tree was on fire, and I was saying something, and apparently from like 8 feet away, somebody got hit right in the face.
Oh.
So that became part of the shtick for the game. So, we know there are those moments. So if you had those plastic face guards, that's not a good thing either, because then, you've got bugs on the windshield. So
yeah, you need windshield wipers to go with it. So yeah.
Now I know that you've been doing virtual stuff with some of your team.
Yeah.
And I think you mentioned that you had done some outside stuff. That wouldn't be very comfortable, I think, in Wisconsin, right? I mean, it would be a little chilly.
No, we're talking about doing that elsewhere. In Wisconsin, we are almost able to be released outdoors without the threat of death. Yeah, it's finally starting to warm up a little bit here. It's not like where you guys are, but
you're not in the 70s like we are.
No, just the mentalities of the 70s up here. That's all.
I got you.
I know you were mentioning and our mutual friend Joanne DeVivo trying to set something up down here, which would be really cool. We'd love to see you guys.
Yeah,
and hang with you. I don't know that we'll be back in the studio by then. We're
hoping we won't be.
Yeah, we're pretty settled where we are, but we'll see what happens. But keep us up to date as far as that's concerned. Now, what about you were doing not only improv, but you were also doing classes, I think, if I remember.
So one of the things that's been really kind of cool about this, I mean, there's obviously plenty of yuck to all of what we've experienced over the last year or so. is that we've been able to kind of gather together without location being an issue. I mean, Atlanta is a big town, and to get from one side to the other, especially during traffic, I mean, that's a day and a half sometimes.
Yeah, you're right.
Whereas you log on and you can do things, it's a way to kind of stay connected. So we decided just recently that we are going to do our typical like 101 type training for people who are, maybe interested in performing or just interested in doing improv for speaking, or they're actors or whatever it is. We're going to do that online. And that way people from all over the place can hop in, and, it's just going to be easy. So that way we'll be able to have that kind of experience. So we're going to put up classes. Those will start, I think, in April. We haven't put them up just yet, but that way anybody from anywhere, and hopefully, for people in Atlanta, we're hoping to grow our troop there as well. So it'd be a good opportunity.
And I think those classes probably are good, not only if you want to be a improv comedian, but just in general, just to be loose and more comfortable standing in front of people and talking, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, to me, improv has really, I call it a personally revealing art form, and it causes you to just kind of see how you interact with others in almost like a petri dish kind of thing. And it's like, oh, well, when I talk with this person, I'm not really good at listening to them because I'm missing these things. So how do I listen better, or at least know that more about myself? Or here are the ways that I might steamroll other people. And now I'm actually getting notes about it because I'm doing that on stage. So how do I, pull back on that? So it ends up being kind of an other-centered activity, at least I think if you're doing it right. Yeah. So that will help you be more comfortable, because you'll be thinking about yourself less and the others more, which is really freeing, because that's where we really get into trouble, is we're worried about what we look like to someone else.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I know for me, if it's a situation, it could be a party or a setting, and if there's not communication coming to me, I get nervous and I just start talking. And so I'm trying to fill in the blanks, and that's when I get in trouble.
Yeah. Well, and that's also how you turn it into a job as a radio personality. You can fill time, right?
Yeah. That's a good quality to have in radio.
It's a good quality in radio, but being comfortable in silence is also not normal, I think, for us. And so that's kind of good to be able to get to know.
I feel better now. I feel a lot better. Thank you, therapist Whit Shiller on the show. Whit Shiller, the founder of Fish Sticks Improv, Fish Sticks Comedy. And all right, so what about, let's see, Saturday morning? You've got something going on. You're actually doing a worldwide teaching.
Oh, yeah. So it's actually going to be Saturday evening, I think 5 or 6 Central Time. Yeah. So there's a festival that a woman in Hong Kong and a woman in Austin, Texas are putting together. It's like 72-hour marathon of improv-based training and experiences. Wow. And so I get to do a session on how other-centered principles in improv and otherwise can help people solve challenges that their organizations, churches, schools, improv troops, whatever it is, might be able to, kind of use these to solve what challenges they might face. So it's kind of a different angle. It's, another thing as you start to look at these interpersonal ensemble type things, it just applies all over the place.
That's pretty cool. One in Austin and one in Hong Kong. You got them around the globe, I guess.
Yeah. And 2 very, very solid improvisers. And as the world has smallened, you get to know people from all over. So, it's kind of cool just to have that dynamic, and then to see people working together and the different perspectives. It's pretty cool. So I'm thankful to be a part of it in just a small way. But that's creativeapproach.net if people want to sign up for that on Saturday, evening, 6 or 7, I think, Eastern time.
Cool.
It kind of sounded like a setup there in the beginning. There's a woman in Hong Kong, a woman in Texas.
Yeah,
One of them walked into a bar.
Whit Shiller, one of our favorite guests, Fish Sticks Comedy. All right, let's get personal now. All right. So we've had the challenges. Obviously you guys have been challenged. You can't go public. I mean, that can get in your head. I mean, that gets in my head. I would assume as a performer, as someone that gets out there and you're building something that's really necessary, and it is for the kingdom, that you'd be faced with, some sorts of failure. What do I do? How do you guys walk through that? How do you walk through that?
Well, with regard to our troop, we had a meeting. We call it the State of the Sticks. We usually do it when we're together in person before this conference that we help sponsor each year. And we just kind of look back and try to look forward as well. For us, it ended up being a really good thing to bring us closer together. We had regular interactions with people. We would kind of gather ahead of time. And we talk about, here's the show, here's the format and all that kind of stuff. But we were really involved in each other's lives. And it ended up being a really life-giving thing. When we started, we just said, we're just gonna try to be available, lean into our mission of trying to help people connect with each other and their communities and see what happens. And, it was also, I can't remember the last time we were together. It's been a little while, but we had this string of things where we had, Dell, HP, Lowe's department store, Mass Mutual Insurance, the International Monetary Fund, all these different organizations brought us in to do shows. And it was felt like, I don't know, it's just like God took care of us in that time. So, that part has been really good. And to see the impact of that community is important. And, that's something that's really hard to maintain, and we need that. I know churches are struggling with how to figure out how to make that happen in different ways, and some are doing it better than others. Some people are responding better than others, but we have to find ways to be together because that's how we're wired.
All right, real quick before we have to go to a break here, what's a fun new improv game that we can do or think of or use at our next party?
Okay, well, we've done it twice so far. We've done it twice, and we were just talking about it yesterday because we had a show last night, and we did this game. It's called Al Capone. It's pretty dumb of a name, but it's just going to stay Al Capone. So the idea is you get a suggestion, and that suggestion will be used in sort of a mobster kind of fashion. You'll kind of have some sort of pun or some kind of twist on it. So if the suggestion is shoes, you might come out and you might go, yeah, Jimmy the Shoe. Yeah, let's say he got on the wrong side of things and he's not going to converse no more. Okay.
I see what
it's that kind of stuff. So we get we love those kind of curveballs, and it's just a fun format for some reason.
That's a great one for dads, I think. Dads could probably do all of that.
Yeah, that's the other angle to take on it. Yes, so you got to use it in moderation.
That's funny. El Capone. I love that. I love the title.
Yes.
Right.
That's
I
great.
would, right? I would like the title.
You would. You would, yeah. And I feel bad that I came up with it, but it's still sticking.
You should take pride in that, Whit. Don't feel bad.
I know. I've been dragged into the pun world more online because some of those games work a little bit better than others.
Yeah, that's fun. I'll have to remember that one.
Whit Shiller, the founder of Fish Sticks Comedy, you can go to, there it is, fishstickscomedy.com. He talked about the classes. Check those out. And then the Saturday thing that's going on. What is that, where they can get?
Creativeapproach.net is where they can sign up. And there's tons of other really interesting sessions as well. 72-hour improv marathon.
Awesome.
I will be doing 45 minutes because I'd be out of breath
for 72 hours. Yeah.
Wow. All right, well, check that out. And Whit, we got to get connected with you sometime in the summer. We'll see what's going on with you.
Sounds good. Yeah, maybe Dan will be on a different beach by then.
No, I'm staying on this one.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is Faith Talk Live.